Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we have Khushal here with us who has been recently placed at Schlumberger as a part of his campus placements at VIT. So this was a core mechanical placement and all of us know that Schlumberger is an amazing company and we have Khushal here to share his interview experience with us. So before we talk to him, let's just look at the eligibility criteria. So all students belonging to the ECM, IT, ECE, Mechanical, Aerospace Engineering, Production and Industrial Engineering, and Automotive Engineering were eligible for this role, provided they had a CGPA of 6 or 60% in 10th and 12th in the pursuing degree, as well as in undergraduation if the student was a postgraduate, and also with no standing arrears. So let's go ahead and talk to Khushal and understand his experience. Hi Kushal, firstly welcome to my channel and congratulations on your placement.
Hey Jishnu, thank you for having me here.
Yeah. So would you like to introduce yourself first?
Yes, why not? Thank you. I'm Khushal Khatri, final year mechanical engineering student at VIT Vellore campus, and recently I got placed in a company called Schlumberger, now also known as SLB. And Schlumberger is the world's largest offshore drilling company which provides technology for reservoir characterization, production, and drilling to the oil and gas industry.
Okay. Thank you so much. You can now tell us about the placement process, how many rounds were there, and what they comprised of.
Sure. So when I talk about the placement process, it had a total of 3 rounds. First was a written round, followed by a group discussion, and then a personal interview.
Okay.
And the placement process happened on the same day with a duration of 1 hour or 2 hours in between.
Okay.
So when I talk about the written round, it was we had to answer 36 questions in 12 minutes.
Okay.
So the questions were way too much compared to the time we were given, but the level of the questions were set accordingly.
Okay.
Where it was a mix of aptitude questions and basic questions of mechanical engineering.
Okay.
Which were mostly theoretical. Hardly there were any questions from mechanical engineering in which we had to solve it.
Okay.
So for written round, I would say there's this site called India Bricks, which have tons of papers when it comes to aptitude or mechanical engineering questions. We can have time to examine it as well. Apart from that, if you want to focus on a particular concept, then there are multiple papers for the same. So for written round, I believe India Bricks is the best resource we have on internet.
Okay.
Once the written round was done, it was followed by group discussion.
Okay.
Now, the topic which we got was the impact of COVID-19 on the education of India and around the world.
Okay.
And it went on for around 15 to 17 minutes, in
Okay.
which we were given 1 or 2 minutes before the discussion for preparation, but it was mostly impromptu, and there were no extra marks for talking for longer duration or talking the most number of times. It was
Right.
what you speak and how you present your thoughts.
Right.
And one thing that I personally believe is that it is better to take a stand, a very clear stand, whatever according to your topic. And instead of just talking on the surface, I would say that it is better to give out examples of facts if you have to prove your point instead
Right.
instead of just talking just about the basic things about that particular topic. It is, if you can give a practical example which you've seen in your personal life, or a fact which you must have read on the internet,
Right.
provide by a verified source, then it is better to use those things as your supporting content instead of just giving 1 or 2 points. And it is very important to be enthusiastic, yet we shouldn't come out as arrogant or we are interrupting the other speaker,
Right.
because you might get disqualified or your marks will be deducted. So you have to be polite yet enthusiastic at the same time.
Right.
After both these rounds were done, finally there was this personal interview round, which went on for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Now, since this was the only interview round, there was no segregation of technical round followed by HR round. So basically, all kinds of questions related to your technical or HR rounds were asked in this question.
Okay.
And it started with the basic question that I had to introduce myself. There were 2 panelists, and I had to introduce myself. And then from there on, whatever I told in my introduction, they started asking technical questions from there itself. Like
Okay.
I mentioned about my internships which I did in recently. So they started from one of the internships, then they went to one of my research projects, and from like starting from internship, research project, they questioned me on the basic principles of whatever I have done.
Right.
But what I noticed was that no matter how good no matter how many internships we do in very big companies, it is the basic principles and the basic concepts of mechanical engineering that matters the most. Especially if you're sitting for a core company,
Right.
your basics need to be strong. Yes, it is important to have good internships, but basics is what they will ask, and they will target you particularly on those particular questions.
Right.
And some one or two HR questions were also asked during the end, but mostly it was technical, where they asked me like questions related to my student team and internships or my projects, and then they gave me some situational questions as well in technical domain itself, where they asked me to give out the steps of a particular analysis or something like that. So it was mostly based on my resume, and that was it. And one thing about specifically about Schlumberger, which I can tell is that the company takes a lot of time to finally declare the results and even start the recruitment process. So many students might feel that we are not getting any updates regarding the placement process and everything, but the company will take its own time. So I remember I filled the form for Schlumberger on 7th of September.
Okay.
The placement process happened on 21st of September. Finally, the result was declared on 1st of October.
Okay.
So it will take its own time, but we don't need to panic. Instead, we can prepare accordingly for that company.
Right. Okay. So thank you for sharing your experience and congratulations again. Do you have any suggestions that are specific to your company, or anything do you have in general to say?
I believe I can give suggestions based on my experience,
Right.
because I sat for like core companies, and it is very tough compared to others because the opportunities are very less compared to CSIT.
Right.
So whatever my suggestions will be, it will totally be according to like my experience, what I experienced during the entire placement process.
Right.
So I believe that the most important thing and the first and the foremost thing is to have the clarity in mind whether you want to go for core companies or not, or whether you want to sit for placements at all or not. And I believe, like, I've been blessed with some really good friends who actually gave that clarity to me, because I was really confused during the summer break which I had after the end of third year.
Right.
And that is when my friends sat me down and we had a long discussion whether I should go for placement or master's. So having that clarity is very important before you begin to prepare for placement.
Right.
Number two is, I believe, if you are a first or a second year student, then I guess learning all those skills which are outside your curriculum. So when I talk about core branches like chemical, mechanical, civil, whatever we learn is quite conceptual, at least on bachelor's level. It's quite theoretical and conceptual. Not many things are application based.
Right.
So that is where we need to realize that we need to learn outside the curriculum as well. And if we are learning those skills and getting all those certifications, internships in the beginning itself, it will really help in the end.
Right.
And if you're a third year, I believe by now a third year must have done an internship. If not, then obviously there's this summer before the beginning of the fourth year. He has the summer. He can do an internship there and complete all the certifications. Basically, our resume should have something outside the curriculum. And when I talk about the interview process, two things that we need to keep in mind is that we need to have a decent resume. Many people believe that having a very flashy resume with some big companies will actually land you the job, but I don't think so that's true. It is a combination of everything. And no matter how good your internship was, you will be targeted on the basic questions itself. So your basics need to be very strong on subjects like fluid dynamics and strength of material, design of machine elements, thermodynamics, thermal. All these subjects are very important, and no matter whatever there is in your resume, the interviewer will ask you questions related to those subjects.
Right.
So you should be thorough with your resume as well as those subjects, specifically talking about the interview round.
Right.
And if you are thorough with these subjects, it will help you in the written round as well to clear the first round.
Right.
And lastly, I believe honest hard work and patience. Placement is all about patience, I believe, because I struggled for 2.5 months. I applied for many companies, got rejected by many of them, and finally I got placed in Schlumberger. So placement is all about patience.
Right.
You have to wait for your one day, but till then you need to keep on working hard.
Right.
And that too, like you have to be honest to yourself whether you're practicing and working according to your capability, or is it just like just want to feel good, so yeah, yes, you are working hard. So I think you need to realize your benchmarks.
Right.
And need to keep on pushing your limits.
Right. Right.
And you have to wait for your day. And I believe if you are practicing and working really hard on the core concepts and everything, you will get lucky one day finally. So placement is all about patience.
Right. Right. Okay. Thank you for your suggestions and sharing your experience and everything. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you everyone for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel if you found this video helpful. That would really help me out to bring in more people and more interview experiences from different companies. So thank you for watching and do keep supporting me. Thank you.